I'm the face of the Seven, not you!
The BITCH who almost gave Homelander a run for his money.
In this video, we'll be talking about the lightning-spewing, rebel-rousing newest member of the set.
Well, hello!
Oh my god. Hi! My Nana's your biggest fan. I'm Stormfront.
First introduced in the Season 2 pilot, Stormfront wasn't given the action-packed introduction that Homelander and Queen Maeve were given in the first season. Her entrance was rather awkward, considering her millennial demeanor and everyone's reaction upon seeing her. It should be noted that this entrance is a foreshadowing of what's to be expected of her, which we'll get to in a few moments. Starlight felt warm towards her, thinking for the first time there was someone in the Seven whom she could relate to, until she did this.
I mean this in the nicest possible way, but I don't need some f***ing Vought spy Barbie sniffing around to see whether I'm a team player.
In the comics, Stormfront is first introduced in The Boys number 7 through a story told by his former teammate, Tech Knight, but it's not until number 31 that we actually got to see him in action. Now remember I said his, because in the comics, Stormfront is actually a male, who is heavily inspired by the DC hero Shazam, and depending who you ask, Marvel hero Thor. Shazam is one of the very few DC heroes who could go toe-to-toe with Superman, just like Stormfront with Homelander. Just like in the show, comics Stormfront is actually a former Nazi who was sent to the United States to start a career as a superhero. Given his Nazi roots, comics Stormfront is a non-compromising white supremacist and homophobe who has far-right ideals. It is worth mentioning that incidentally, Stormfront is the name of a Holocaust-denying neo-Nazi hate website. It was taken down multiple times, first in 2017, followed by several attempts to revive it. In episode 3, Stormfront's racism was solidified when she murdered Kenji. It is then further explored when the boys investigated her past, revealing her to be the ex-Suit Liberty, who acted with extreme prejudice towards the non-white community. Unlike Homelander, who acted purely out of self-serving megalomania, Stormfront has a proactive hatred towards anyone whom she considered inferior, and this goes beyond race or gender. She has a hidden agenda of establishing a new world order where soups are the top of the food chain, no longer having to take orders from Vought or playing by anyone else's rules.
The other races are grinding us down and taking what is rightfully ours, but we can fight back.
Vought wants you to feel calm and safe.
Hatred is not the only thing that makes Stormfront more dangerous than Homelander. She's actually a brilliant populist. She's an eloquent orator and social media savvy. Stormfront is well aware that despite their powers, the Soup's current status gives them a lot of limitations. She understands the importance of public opinion. She has two weapons for this, which she can use so flawlessly. The first one is emotions, such as fear and anger, and the second is misinformation. By appealing to negative emotions and supplement them with inaccurate information or vice versa, she managed to undermine Homelander.
5 million people pissed. Emotion sells.
And
Anger
elevated her
sells.
status to become the Seven's most popular member. At this point, Stormfront could do no wrong in the public's eyes.
She's a demagogue who thrives in chaos. To do this, she exploits cracks in the society by instilling fear, anger, and hate. She then wins over the misinformed majority by masquerading as a messiah against an issue that's too diluted to be a substantial threat.
Without going too political, it is worth mentioning that this is the exact same strategy used by some populist leaders throughout history. Stormfront is presented in stark contrast with the other two female members of the Seven, where Maeve is the femme fatale and Starlight is the girl next door. Stormfront is the Manic Pixie dream girl, or in her case, nightmare. This stereotype was coined by film critic Nathan Rabin in 2005. The Manic Pixie dream girl, or MPDG, is presented as a sweet, bubbly, witty, quirky, and eccentric character. She's portrayed as being cool and often selfless, existing only to assist the hero. In this context, the hero is none other than Homelander. She appears to hail from some fairy tale land sent by mystic powers to help cure the hero's insecurities and help him see the world in a better light, hence the name. There have been countless criticisms on the Manic Pixie Dream Girl, or MPDG. Most common are sexism and the unrealistic idealizing. The glorification of the character makes it a borderline fan service for male audience. Some even argue that the MPDG is underdeveloped and misunderstood. She has little to zero growth at the end of the story, which demotes her from character to plot device. Stormfront is a parody of the said trope, just like everyone else in the universe of The Boys. Instead of leading Homelander to a moral path by beating his demons, she became his demon, complementing his already messed up state of mind and satisfying his ego.
Be the man I know you are.
What I'm about to say is rather unpopular, but I was really disappointed with Stormfront's treatment. Ever since I heard that she would be challenging Homelander's position as leader of the Seven, I was really looking forward to watch her engage him in battle. Instead, they did this. As we all know, Homelander is technically a god in this particular universe, and it would be exciting to know that someone can challenge him. Now don't get me wrong, I didn't want to see Stormfront manhandle Homelander, but imagine the possibilities of watching that man-child of a god, whom no one can beat, bleeding in a climatic battle worthy of a summer blockbuster. But there's still hope, since it wasn't made clear whether Ryan offed Stormfront or not. So who knows? Maybe we'll get to see that summer blockbuster of a fight in the upcoming seasons. So, what do you think? Do you also want to see Stormfront and Homelander beat the hell out of each other? Or is there any other character in sci-fi, action, fantasy, or adventure that you want to talk about? Let us know in the comments below. As usual, don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. Till next time.